At this time, we kindly ask everyone to please rise as we call upon Rabbi Wolf to lead us in the Star-Spangled Banner, the Misha Berach for the U.S. Military Forces, and Hatikva. העומדים על משמר החירות ומגינים על שלום העולם מפני איום וטרור. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא מכל צרה וסכנה, ויעטר אותם בכוח ובתבונה, למלא את שליחותם באמונה, ויחזירם לבתיהם בשלום ובשמחה, לחיים של ביטחון ותקווה, ונאמר אמן. We ask everyone to please remain standing as we call upon Rabbi Blatt to please lead us in chapter 130 of Tehillim.
Shir HaMa'alos, Ma'akim Kirosicha Adonai. Adonai Shimo B'Koli, Tiyeno Znecha Kashuvos B'Kol Tachanimoi. Avonos Nishmor Yod, Adonai Yamo. Ki Mecho Haslicho Leman Tivareh. Ki Nitzi Adonai Kivson Nafshi Lidbaro Cholti. לאדוני משומרים לבוקר, שומרים לבוקר. יחל ישראל אל אדוני, כי אם אדוני החסד יבינו ודוד. הוא יפדס ישראל מכל עוונותיו.
משברא אבותינו אברהם יצחק ויעקב הוא יברך את חיילי צבא לישראל הוא יברך את חיילי צבא לישראל הוא יברך את חיילי צבא לישראל העומדים על משמר ארצנו בערי אלוקינו מגבול הלבנון ועד מדבר מצרים מן הים הגדול עד לבוא הערבה ביבשה אבותינו אברהם יצחק ויעקב הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to call upon the Executive Director of the Young Israel of Woodmere, Stephen Myers.
Good evening and welcome to the 65th Annual Young Israel of Woodmere Dinner. Before we begin the program, I would like to acknowledge some very special people. First, our amazing rabbinic team, Rabbi Axelrod, Rabbi Black, Rabbi Shafta, Rabbi Wolf, Rabbi Foreman, our annex rabbis, Rabbi Fogel and Rabbi Renoff, our young couples rabbi, Rabbi Janikowski, and our college and high school rabbis, Rabbi Kamenetsky and Rabbi Weberman, and our youth director, Rabbi Kivi Name. I would also like to acknowledge our late leadership, led by our co-chairs of the board, Eric Gelman and Elliot Gluck, along with the rest of our executive board. When I began my position as executive director 5 years ago, I was fortunate that an excellent president began at the same time, Josh Coulter. Together, we were able to launch many new programs and watch our membership grow. We had 2 very productive and enjoyable years together, and I was truly grateful for that partnership. However, anyone who works for a shul or school knows that there is always one big question. Who will the next president be? For me, the next president was a young man named Ari Shulman. Ari not only served 2 years as president, but was courageous, or maybe a little bit crazy, and took on a 3rd year, which he is finishing right now. Ari, I want to publicly thank you and your wife Yael who allowed me to take this on. These past 3 years have truly been a pleasure working with you. I have watched you handle difficult situations with calm, wisdom, and grace. Our membership continues to grow, adding over 100 families in these last 3 years. I think everybody in the room owes Ari a big thank you. I would also like to acknowledge several other groups and individuals. First, our sisterhood, who are always there supporting the shul in countless ways and helping make so many of our programs so successful. I would also like to thank the many people who worked so hard to make tonight such a success. Dan Laskow, Joey Schiff, Nina Wiener, Larry Schwartz, Renee and Sam Green, Reese and Harvey Kaufman, our audio-visual, Gary Wallen, Ira Thomas, Shua Wiesel, and a special thank you to some of our outstanding young members who have stepped up in a big way. Ruby Goldstein, Elise Hino, and Michael Seller. You are all doing an incredible job. Please continue staying involved. The future of this shul will be in great hands. There is also one person who probably will not be happy that I'm mentioning her, but I have to. Reva Wayman. Reva has put her heart and soul into tonight's dinner. Reva, thank you for everything that you did. I also want to thank our amazing office staff, Mindy Glicksman, Batsheva Lisha, Tana Fogel, Tana Berger, not only for helping make tonight possible, but for helping the shul run as smoothly as it does every single day. After this past Sukkot, Rabbi Axelrod, Ari, and I met to begin planning this year's dinner. The purpose of that meeting was to decide who the appropriate guest of honor should be. I came with my list, and I'm sure Ari had some ideas as well. But before we even started, Rabbi Axelrod said, I have an idea. You guys may think I'm crazy, but hear me out. No guests of honor this year. Let's make this year's dinner about the shul. My first reaction was, huh? Then I said, what shul has a dinner without a guest of honor? But then I thought to myself, we're not like any other shul, let's try it. I mentioned the idea to some of my fellow executive directors, and they told me it would never work. They had tried it once, and it failed. Well, here we are tonight with one of our most successful dinners the shul has ever held. That is a real testament to this extraordinary kahila. Every year, I am more and more amazed by this place. Just this past week, we came to you for the dinner campaign, Matanos Le'ad Yonim, the Chevra Kadisha, and we are now in the middle of our Tomchei Shabbos campaign. In every single one of those situations, you all came up in a big way. You should be very proud to be part of this. Tonight's theme is Makom Tefillah, a place of prayer. I have the privilege of witnessing this every day, watching the many minyanim that take place throughout the day and night. The best part of my job when it comes to the tefillah is actually the logistics, planning all the start times and locations. Just last week on Purim morning, we had 10 different minyanim for Shabbos, followed with Megillah reading, with thousands of people using only 5 locations, all within a 4-hour window. Each minyan had to start and end exactly on time, so the next one can begin. I had it all pretty much figured out, but then I was curious to see what my AI friend at ChatGPT would say, if they would have a better idea. So I'm just going to read to you what it came up with. I just put in there, and anyone that's used it can see, you just put in as much of it. I wrote, hi chat, my shul has 10 Shabbos and Megillah readings, beginning at 5:30 a.m. The last one begins at 9, At 10 a.m., there is a Megillah reading only. I have 5 locations to work with. Some of my Megillah readers are very fast, some not as fast. Please make me a schedule with locations 1 through 5. It wrote back, this is not possible. No shul. It said, no shul has 10 Shabbos Megillah readers and 4.5 hours spent. I can't help you. I then wrote back, okay, thanks anyway. Then it said, it goes, wait. I see there is a place called the Minion Factory, not too far from you. They have Shabbos with Megillah reading. Why wake up so early when you can go daven at 1 p.m.? You may as well enjoy Purim night. I then wrote, we ended up using the original schedule. Purim came and went and everything ran like clockwork. For me, that's the best feeling when everything runs smoothly and the entire system works. It's a beautiful thing to see. I can't believe that it is a year since last year's dinner. I said at last year's dinner the closing words, and I'm going to say it tonight once again. I want to thank each and every one of you for allowing me and trusting me to serve as your executive director of the most special shul in the world, our young Israel of Woodmere.
At this time, we call upon the Mora de Asra of Young Israel of Woodmere, Rabbi Shalom Axelrod.
Good evening. As Steve mentions, tonight's dinner is unusual. Most shuls, our dinners are built around honoring individuals, people who have given extraordinarily of their time, energy, and devotion to the community. But tonight is different. Tonight we do not honor individuals. Rather, we celebrate what defines us. We are celebrating the Young Israel of Woodmere as a Makom Tefillah, a place where a community gathers day after day, year after year, generation after generation, to stand before HaKadosh Baruch Hu together. A place where tefillah is not simply something we do, it is something that shapes who we are. In our tefillah is not confined to a single moment. From before sunrise to late into the evening, from weekday to Shabbos, from Mishaberach whispered for someone in need of healing, to the joy of naming a newborn child, to the quiet strength of mourners rising to recite Kaddish, from children opening their first siddur, to grandparents returning to the familiar words they have carried their entire lives. This is the rhythm of a Makom Tefillah, and this rhythm is sustained not by one person, but by an entire community. And in truth, this idea, something extraordinary, happens when Jews come together to pray, was articulated centuries ago by the Rambam in Hilchos Tefillah in Parak Ches, where the Rambam writes, Tefillas HaTzibor Nishmas Tamid. The prayer of the community is always heard. Not sometimes. It's not heard only when everyone is perfectly quiet or everyone has the right kavanah. It's always Nishmas Tamid. The power and tefillah of a tzibor is so different. And that exactly happens in our shul every single day. Individual prayer, individual davening is precious. But when Jews, our community, comes together, we stand before Hashem as a tzibor and something changes. The tefillah carries a different weight. Its koach, its power, is on a completely different level. and it is the shul that makes that all possible. It's not just a place where people come to pray. A shul is a place where tefillah v'tzibur becomes possible, where individual voices join together and become something larger than any of us. Before I continue, I want to take a moment to express appreciation to several individuals whose leadership and dedication help sustain the life of this Makom Tefillah. First, I want to thank someone who is often both visible and invisible at the same time, and was not on Steve's list, and that is Stephen himself. Many in the community see the results of Steve's work every day, but there's so much that happens quietly behind the scenes, things known only to the administration, or perhaps only the rabbis. Countless hours, careful attention, and constant commitment to ensuring that our shul runs with excellence and dignity. Stephen, we are deeply grateful for everything that you do on the behalf of our Kehillah. I also want to express appreciation to our president, Ari Schulman. Ari's leadership has been marked by vision, energy, and growth mindset that continues to move this shul forward in remarkable ways. Through his dedication and commitment, the Young Israel Whitmer continues to grow stronger and more vibrant. Ari, I thank you for your leadership and your partnership. I also want to express appreciation to our executive board, current board, past presidents of our shul, whose leadership over the years has helped build and sustain a vision of the Young Israel of Woodmere as a true Makom Tefillah. And as this dinner celebrates our shul as a Makom Tefillah, it is only appropriate that we pause to express gratitude to the Rabbanim, whose leadership and vision helped shape this Kehillah over the decades. We remember with deep respect our founding Rabbi, Rabbi Binyamin Kamenetsky, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, whose vision helped establish the foundations of this community. We remember Rabbi Shaya Libor, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, whose leadership strengthened and nurtured the growth of this shul. And we express our deep appreciation to our Rabbi Emeritus, Rabbi Herschel Billet, whose decades of rabbinic leadership helped cultivate and build this Kehillah into the vibrant Makom Tefillah that it is today. I also want to thank the outstanding Rabbanim who currently serve our Kehillah, all of whom Steve mentioned by name earlier this evening. On behalf of our entire community, I express deep appreciation for your dedication and remarkable spirit of collaboration through which our accomplished group of Rabbanim work together, each in their unique role in service of the Kehillah. I truly believe there is no rabbinic team like the one that the Young Israel Woodmere has. This evening, we are celebrating our shul as a Makom Tefillah, but it's not created by walls or architecture, it's created by people. And I would like to ask several groups of individuals to stand in recognition of the role they play in sustaining the tefillah of our Kehillah. If you or your family are a founding member of the Young Israel of Woodmere, please rise. If you or your members of the family, stay standing. If you or members of your family participated in the minyan rotation in the early years of the shul, ensuring that there would be tefillah b'tzibur each and every day, please rise. If you have served as a gabbai over the decades of the Young Israel Woodmere, please rise, gabon, current, and past. If you lead the tzibur in any capacity, Shabbos, Yom Tov, or during the week, please rise and stay standing. If you serve as a Torah reader or participate, helping leading our Yeoman Naram Services, please rise. And if you have currently served or serve as a board member or a member of CSS, helping ensure that our Makom Tefillah can flourish safely and securely, please rise. As you look around the room, I would like everyone who considers themselves to be a part of this wonderful Kehillah to stand. Now take a moment, look around this room, and look at the people standing beside you. Some have helped the shul from the very onset. Some joined a few years later, and they started to expand to different minyanim. And others have joined, as was mentioned by Steve, over 100 families in the last 3 years alone. And we are not the only shul in the neighborhood. And it's because of all of you. It's because of your dedication and devotion. Every day in this shul, hundreds of individual tefillos rise, but together they form one voice, and that voice is the voice of the Kehillah. Yiratzon shetei tefillas hatzibur shel Kehillah zu, nishmas tamid. May it be the will of Hashem that the prayer of this community be always heard. In just a moment, we're going to show a video that captures the spirit of our precious Makom Tefillah. Within the video, you will see a very special musical presentation, blending the voices of over 20 Balei Tefillah and members of our community, young and old. It is truly something remarkable. Before we watch, I want to express appreciation to Riva Wayman and Shua Warzel for creating such a beautiful and inspiring production. Please turn your attention to the screen.
That people would have to take on a weekly basis, making a commitment to ensure that there would be a minyan. And I believe it is upon their shoulders that we have built the thousands of minyanim that we have a year. I'll often come to the shul, sit in my car. Where I park, I have a vision of the front door, and I'll see the men coming in and coming out and coming in and coming out. And I marvel at this vision of a modern Orthodox shul where hundreds upon hundreds of members, lawyers, doctors, individuals in finance, teachers, rabbis, all come together to pray together, to take part in this enterprise of driving ourselves closer to the Rebbeinu Shalom.
When my kids are adults, what are they going to remember about going to shul with me? What are the moments that are going to make impressions on them? I remember as a child always going to shul with my father, and to me that's a memory that I think every child should have, having the opportunity to go to shul with their parents, to understand what tefillah means to their parents, even before they understand what tefillah means to themselves.
The Young Israel almost answers everything that I'm looking for. It answers my feelings towards modern orthodoxy, towards Israel. You can come yourself, your parents, your children, you feel like you're building something here, really trying to establish yourself in a place that is giving to you as much as you're giving to them.
People don't realize that when I'm sitting up on top or standing at the pulpit, I get to see the entire shul in a different dimension. The members are all sitting in the pews and they're all looking forward towards the Aron, and even if they're looking backwards, they don't get a full view. When I look out into the crowd, you see a full packed shul.
People sometimes come to shul Friday night, Kabbalah Shabbos, and they'll comment they haven't seen a crowd like this since the Kotel. To see a women's Ezrat Hashem filled, to see a davening. It's an incredible scene for many people because they just don't see this in many modern Orthodox congregations.
Shabbos morning, I wake up, prepare the house for lunch, get the food on the blech, get myself together, and I'm out the door. And I'm kind of running to be where I want to be. I'm comfortable going to Young Israel of Woodmere. It's my place. I have my makom. That moment of being lost, that it's only me and my requests and my thankfulness and my appreciation, my gratitude, but it's me and God.
It's a huge thing for me to get here. With my eyesight having diminished over a 30-year period, and when I get in, people are always saying hello to me. It's just, I don't know who I'm talking to. The difference between me and everybody else is that they can actually see facial expressions. They can see, people's lips moving. It's very different than just listening. I find it unique. I find it special as it relates to listening to the shofar and listening to the davening.
Walking up to the bima when you're blowing the shofar really creates a tremendous understanding for what tefillah is, for what the kolos represent, and for what this entire Young Israel of Woodmere is here. It's made up of children, it's made up of older people, it's made up of people that maybe don't know how to read the machzor so well. It's made up of people that have been to shul hundreds of times, maybe people that come to shul just 3 or 4 times a year. But it's tremendous because that's what the Young Israel represents.
I think probably close to maybe 100 volunteers a week allow our services to take place on the level that they take place. We don't appreciate it necessarily because A, it's so seamless, and B, they're so quiet. Each minyan has a gaban that really dedicate themselves with leiv v'nefesh, with heart and soul, to try and do their best to be able to service the people who are coming to a minyan.
I really enjoy as being a gabbai is when you're calling someone up for a simcha or chas v'shalom a yurtzeit or whatever it is, and there's a reason they're getting an aliyah. They're having a connection to something that's deeply important to them. And as a gabbai, you get to stand up there and share that moment with them, and very fulfilling to be able to share people's life milestones with them.
The most memorable moment, I think, in the history of my time in the shul was when Mia Shem and her mother came to the shul, and it was standing room only, beyond standing room only, to the point where we had to ask people to leave, and you saw 2,000 people singing Achenu together, and it is the absolute standard for the Young Israel of Woodmere, and it's an amazing, amazing thing that goes on here.
After October 7th, I said to myself, I'm going to go to shul, I'm going to daven. Tefillos is very important. This is my way of helping the soldiers in the front line, women and children who were left behind.
In the last of the middle brachos of the Shemona Esrei, we say Shomea Tefillah. Now that's very interesting because it should really be Shomea Tfilos. We've offered a multitude of Tfilos. So why do we say Shomea Tefillah? And the Medrash says perhaps the reason why is because what happens when a community davens together is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu basically collects all of them and they are presented as one Tefillah.
One of the central pillars that make up what it means to be a member of the Young Israel Woodmere is Tefillah B'tzibur, and the significance and the importance that daily prayer plays, that the Shabbat prayer prays. In truth, you can offer all different options of minyanim. You could have a 7 o'clock minyan and a 9 o'clock minyan, and you could have a Nusach Sfarad minyan, an 8:30 minyan. It doesn't tie it all together. What ties it all together is the ethos of the shul.
The shul is not just aesthetics, but it's about spirituality. That we at the Young Israel Woodmere, from the minyanim, from the seating, from all the events that go on here, that we're really a spiritual shul. The learning, of course, the Divrei Torah that we hear, there's tremendous speakers. We had all the hostages here over the course of the last few years. The spirituality is just what makes this place run.
There are so many members of the shul who can look down and say, my grandchildren used to crawl under that bench. I remember when they were eating candy on that row. And for those individuals to now look at their grandchildren who are now grown parents of their own, bringing their own children to the shul, I would say there could be no greater bracha in the world for our community than the fact that we should all have the opportunity to have those memories and then to live those memories for the next generation.
The end of Ne'ilah is incredibly powerful. As I stand there with our Chazan Simcha Leiner, and I say the Kabbalas O Malchus Shamayim, Shema Yisrael, and then Hashem Elokim. And it's that dedicated feeling and sense of all our voices crying out what the Young Israel Widmer is all about.
Me personally, what I really imagine the walls would say if we were able to communicate with them would be, we have heard your tears, we have heard and seen your cries and your tefillos for the Jewish people, especially in Eretz Yisrael and around the world during this very difficult time that we've lived through. And what a miracle it is for these very same walls that have heard all of those tefillos and have captured all of our emotions to also have welcomed so many of those answered tefillos.
I think if the walls could talk, I think they would tell me about the history. Just think about it, the sides here, the plaques. The walls would tell us so many different things because they know what's in the hearts of all the people who come.
We are truly living in biblical times. The Nes of Purim took place in Iran, in Persia. We are seeing that Nes again today. We are living in a time that we can't imagine how fortunate we are that we see the Yad Hashem. The Ezras Hashem, we look around, look at everybody in this room with one purpose, united, serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what a shul is all about. That's what we are all about.
It's also the davening, even in those days, was like an intimate thing. You were really talking to Hashem. Now, he's got a lot of company.